Hello and welcome to another video. So we're back in the touring cars this time round, and we've skipped around because the participation wasn't particularly great last week. So we did do a race, but most of the times I was looking to hop into races, you were struggling to even get 10 in a race, so I didn't end up making a video. So this time we're back at Imola now, so back in the Audi, and we messed up our qualifying in this one, so we're starting right from the back, not having set a lap time. So let's see how it goes. So not the greatest qualifying there. We crashed out on the same corner, Villeneuve, on both laps, so just cold tyres, hadn't got them up to temperature, and it just snapped on me both times. So unfortunate. I would have hoped for a 56, which would have put us 13th, 14th, that sort of area. So, 24th, we've got a lot of work to do. Hopefully we can get in the top 15, but let's see how the race goes.
P24, 15 minutes. You really need to get on with it. Okay, Phil, get ready. Let's go. 15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go.
Just took it easy off the start there because we had a couple of fast guys in front of us, and we don't want to be involved in the carnage, so
Still
we
there.
just want to be in a
Left side's clear.
fairly decent position, but sort of out of the way at the same time.
Car on your left side. Still there. He's still there. He's still there. Still there. Left side's clear.
So this is where we crashed on both qualifying laps. We've just got a
start,
snap
mate.
of
This is
oversteer with the cold tyres.
Left side.
Up there.
Clear left.
We had to really slow off there.
Yellow flag.
Oh, and there's a car totally gone. We might have to just bide our time here and hope we can just keep it clean. The Honda Civic seems a bit racy here. As you can see, so it might cause problems for other people as he does seem a bit racy. So unless it starts to open out a bit, we're probably going to just let him stay in front of us for now. There's a car going into the pits as well, so he must have got damage. Don't know if he was involved in that car that was totally taken out, maybe.
The 20th place.
Up that 20th there. Back out there.
Yellow flag. Caution. Incident in Villeneuve. It looks like it's Parker.
So there's two cars gone off. It's so easy in that corner, especially with cold tyres. The car can just twitch on you. Oh. Blinking car in front. just
Stay
lost
between
sight
the lines,
behind him.
please, Phil.
Silly off track to get that.
The leader's just done a 154.57.
But I don't think it's going to be easy to overtake this guy in front, because he does seem very racy, whether that's defending or attacking. So really we need him to stick with the cars in front, because he might cause some problems for us up ahead. Slid it there, that was not good. Gives the car behind a bit of a run. That's what I did in the qualifying lap, but went off, just had that
We'll be warned
twitch.
about track limits.
Was there? All we got was a track limits, fortunately. I can't get any rhythm going at all in this situation.
You've got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go.
Imola, definitely a track you want to qualify well on. You don't want to be messing up your qualifying.
Defend hard, make them work for it.
See if we can catch back up to them in front now. Let's put some clean, decent laps in, hopefully.
Place.
Put the car off there. He braked really early there. But he should be quicker because he's gone off at the head. So.
Okay, Phil. The next car is Vaughan.
We know this Honda's racy, so if he starts trying to battle back with this Honda, there could be issues.
That's half distance, the fuel's okay.
Different sort of race for me than what I've been doing recently. I try and always be patient, but I feel like that's more the case here, starting at the back in the situations I've been in. And as I said, I do think this guy, well, the two in front of them are going side by side as well by the looks of it, but I do think a move might be made in a minute.
That lap time was 157.55.
They both kept it clean, no?
Clear on the left.
Jesus Christ. I just had to brake then because he come back across me like that. Jesus.
Pay attention to track
He
limits.
defended to
Please,
the
Phil.
inside, so I went to the outside and then he just cut back across me. like I wasn't there. Told you he's a bit of a liability, this Honda, I think. Oh, but that car's gone again.
There's a car on your left, clear on the left.
Still a big group of cars in front here. Still anything could happen in this one.
The gap to Vaughan behind is increasing. It's now 1.0.
But as I showed, because everyone's fighting, you make a little mistake and
5 minutes to go.
drift
5
off the
minutes
back
left.
and you can catch back up pretty quickly with everyone fighting. So I'm sure that Vaughan will be
16.
back. And again, he looked a bit racy, so we'll have to be careful of him as well. Oh, and then something's happened
There's an
ahead
incident
there.
in Tambura.
Car left, you are clear on the left.
That has allowed him to catch right back up now. These guys up ahead are still side by side with each other.
You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
On your left. He's still with you, clear left, car left. He's still there, left side's clear.
Don't really know what happened there. I'm surprised he went for it there with 3 cars up ahead, me on the inside. But there was then just a little bit of a coming together and we just got pulled closer together. It's a bit awkward, that one, really. It might have been my fault not giving him space, but I am a little bit surprised he went for it in that situation.
The car in front of us is Radley.
Because that's why I was sort of backing out of it, seeing all the cars up ahead side by side. That guy must have damage.
Clear right.
I've breezed past him easy.
Your water temperature's creeping up. Great move. Keep it up. V13.
We've still got these two fighting ahead and that guy behind us as well. They were very slow through there then. So still battling for a possible 11th
All right,
place
Phil,
here.
got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. To go, 2 minutes.
These two are really battling now though. Oh God.
Alright. Still
What was
there.
he doing?
Right side's clear.
Like what
Just
chance
cut the
does he
track.
expect of making that move there? There's a blinking car ahead while 2 cars are fighting ahead, and he really thinks he's going to make it there. Like,
Car on near left.
Yeah, and then he just sticks his
Clear on the
nose in
left.
there. Yeah. Should have expected it. Oh no. Yeah, and now I'm going to lose a hell of a lot of places. That's pissed me off, that, because I don't know why he's gone for that move at all. Again, him and that Honda, like I said, I was watching them the whole race because they were just way too racy and they were always going to cause incidents. And I was trying to make sure I wasn't one of the people that ended up in one of those incidents, but turns out we sort of did. We panicked too much with him there because we'd just seen what he's done, where he's put it side by side with us in two very awkward places while people are attacking in front of us. So as soon as he showed his nose there, we were just too polite, trying to make sure he didn't hit us, and that just drifted us wide. And as soon as our tyres hit that gravel, it just spun us round, nothing we could do. So that's dropped us down to 17th, that, so that's very annoying, that one. Because I genuinely think the way those two in front were fighting, I had a chance to capitalise on them possibly, so we could have finished as high as 11th. And I think we were on for 13th minimum, you know, purely 13th was all just relying on what that car behind was going to do. And yeah, you get an opportunity, you've got to go for it. I've got no problem with that, but you know, there's times where you can't just throw it up the inside in really weird places, like that at the chicane where he threw it up the inside when the two cars ahead were clearly battling and one of them was blinking. Like, he had no chance of ever making that happen. The only thing he had a chance of making happen there was a crash.
Sorry for the off track there, Daniel, and final.
So, disappointing way to end the race really. I think we did alright in that one, but ended not the best. We could have ended up in 13th after a terrible start, so
okay,
but we'll obviously
check. Temperatures are now back to normal.
We'll check them incidents, them over a tape. As I said, I think the one where he went on my outside, it was my fault we touched, but it was a risky place for him to stick his car, so we'll go through and check them.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. P17. Well done, mate. Good finish.
So then I think this is where Vaughan got past the Honda, and then the Honda swerved left and then right across in front of me. Let's have a look from behind the cars. So you can see that's where he then completes the move there, and they were actually clean, but I get the run, pull to the left. He moves left to defend very late, so I go right, and then he just let's go to just before I hit the brakes, because obviously I'm carrying more speed out the corner here, hence why I've got the run on him. And there, that's just as I come on the brakes, just as he comes across me. So let's go on to rear chase. Yeah, like, to come across that late as you're about to enter the braking zone, like, you've chose to defend the inside. You need to stick to the inside there. Once you've chose to defend that, you've got to stick to the inside there. Where's gearbox? Yeah, like, look at that. Like, look at that. Look how late that is to come across. See, so as I said, I had this Honda marked from the start as being a bit dodgy, so I wasn't being careful. But like, see, if I don't slam on there, I hit him. Like, just a ridiculous move in my opinion. But let's go see the other incidents that happened then. So I think this is the first incident where there's a bit of contact. And as you can see, there's two cars side by side ahead. That one on the inside, I've followed him protecting the inside. I've given him plenty of space.
Looks like it's Vaughan.
I said, I think that might be a little bit on me. There is just about a car width, but that's a little bit on me. But like, it's been very racing, so I don't think there's anything wrong with this that he's done here. But I just think when you can see the number of cars in that situation, he's being very racy there, and he's putting himself in a position where there's a high likelihood of contact. As I said, I do actually think in that one the contact's my fault. I've not quite managed to give him enough space, but these cars twitch at this point, when you come round this first corner, like, you brake, lift, and then you're back on the brake again as the car straightens. It's so easy to twitch. So it's so hard to keep two cars side by side together here. So he's always taking a risk in this situation. So again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this one, but I just think it's not the cleverest bit of driving. So let's go see the next one. And here's the one where he stuck it up the inside at the chicane then. So as you can see, we've got the cars in line. We know if he's been watching as well, he should have figured out by now, because he's been behind for a couple of laps, that this Honda is very racy, moves side to side a lot, which I had figured out. So he should be aware that this car's a bit ropey, and this car's moving. I'm then moving back to the racing line with, you brake just before the 50, we're nearly at the 100 metre mark, so he's pulling out at the 100 metre mark, right? We brake just before the 50 to make this corner, and it's a clear single file corner. Like, it's not possible for two cars to go through this corner. Even with the two cleanest drivers in the world, you are not getting two cars through this corner at the same time. So here, even when he's on my inside here, I'm purely expecting him to try, what he's trying to do is show his nose, see if I make a mistake, and as soon as he pulls out, I'm expecting him to actually brake, because that's what I'd do. And as you can see, this car's obviously blinking, which doesn't help the situation, but he brakes a tiny bit early, but not particularly early. Look, he brakes about the same time as me, so he's braking a bit earlier because he's not fully alongside yet. But does he really expect me to just give this up when I'm fully on the racing line here, right behind someone? Like, again, you could argue, well, he's there on the inside, but I just don't know what he's doing on the inside there. Like, what does he expect to happen in that situation? That's the only one I just don't really get when I'm on the racing line right behind another car, what he fully expects to happen. So I do let off a lot slower to try and sort of give him where I knew as soon as he did it, I knew we were going to make contact, but I'm trying to make it so that we make contact without going off the track. But I just don't understand why anyone would put their car in this situation, like from here. Because he's not got a particularly great one. He has got a run because I've been slowed by the car in front, but he's, you know, even by the apex, he's not quite fully alongside. I just don't understand why you'd go for a move there. As I said, I actually think maybe I should have given him more space, but I just don't really see at that corner how you're supposed to. Because if you give more space here, we're just not going to make it around the next part of the corner. If I give space here, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be taking this corner at such a narrow angle that I'm going to force him right off the track on the second bit anyway. So I don't really understand what he expects to happen in that situation. So again, I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. It's just poor judgment of driving, especially when he can see this car in front is very racy and is blinking as well. So let me know your thoughts on that one especially, but personally, I just don't know what this guy expects to happen in this situation other than contact, because to me, that's all you're asking for in this situation is contact with the car in front, in my opinion. But let's move on to the next one now then. So this is the final incident then, just after. So this is the same lap, literally 2 corners later. And as I said, I'm now wary of him in my mirror because I've seen what he's done a couple of times.
The gap in front is increasing. It's
if we
now
look here,
0.6.
see where we both brake. Should brake just after the 100, just before the 100. So I brake. So he brakes just after I do. So he's braking about the same point. But look how much more speed he carries into the corner. So here, I think he definitely lifts off the brakes here. But when I see him in my mirror, I then don't turn in and I lift off the brakes because I panic then thinking he's going to hit me. So then I deliberately miss the apex. But the problem is, that's then forced me into an error. I've deliberately missed the apex, but I've missed it by too much. I'm on a bad camber. I've carried more speed because I was worried about him hitting me, and I've just not got the ability to get round the corner anymore. But look, even if I was still here right next to him and was having the ability to make the corner, like, look at that, where would I have gone? So, like, he's carried that much speed into the corner. Even if I had managed to still be in the correct position, he's just running me fully off the track anyway. So like, again, is there really much wrong with his move? But it's just like, it's just such a send in that situation. And if you look, see, I fully lift off the brake earlier. See that? That's me panicking that he's diving in. So I lift off the brake to not come to the apex, but I've clearly lifted too much, which has then drifted me wide. And as I said, even if I wasn't, like, where am I going? Like, he's totally running me out of track here, no matter what, anyway. And then, as I said, as soon as I've touched the grass there, that's it. The car's just gone. And then, unfortunately, my front tyres gained grip. And where my front tyres gained grip, that's it. It spun me round. Luckily, there we managed to get it out the way before them cars come past. But then we've obviously got to wait for all these cars to come past to rejoin the track. So, very disappointing one. As I said, were those incidents really his fault? I don't know whether he's really done anything wrong, but I just don't understand what he expects to happen. He's risking a big incident at all three of them situations, in my opinion. So, disappointing, but maybe we should have just let him by and accepted that he was like the Honda and just took one place left and accepted that he might take us out. But with the Honda battling the car in front, I was always thinking there's the risk that they're going to take each other out and I would get the opportunity to nick them 2 places. So, you know, maybe we could say it's me that should have moved out his way, seeing what he was like. And as I said, if it was earlier in the race, a bit like I stopped attacking the Honda, if it was earlier in the race, I'd have just let him by me because he's let. But when it's that late like that, it's, well, you don't want to let him by because, you know, there's not long left to go in the race. So it is what it is. But let's check the results out now then. So let's check the results out here now. So that was top split, 2.5k strength of field. Our safety rating didn't change at all, which is a little bit annoying. We need to try and get that up, really. In the touring cars, it's really not, it doesn't seem to help safety rating very much. And only lost 4 iRating, so not too bad in the end, but that means we definitely would have been gaining if we got that, stayed in that 13th place. So, I'm presuming all the top cars, Hyundai's again, yeah. So Hyundai seems to be the OP car this season. 54.4, that's an unbelievable lap. If I can get into the 55s, I'll be really happy with that one. And then ours in that was only a 57.5 because, as I said, we were just stuck behind. We never really got a clean lap. We were stuck behind people the whole time, really, in that race. So, as I said, there'd have been people behind us. Well, people that still were behind us and people that were behind us and finished ahead of us faster with much faster laps than we had. But that was purely down to the fact I don't think we had a single lap where we had the chance to put in a clean lap. And Adam finished 12th in the end, so they did both get past this guy. I'm sure this was the guy they were racing, so they both moved up a position. So as I said, we could have easily finished 11th or 12th there and got a nice chunk of iRating. So, because these are both higher rated drivers than us and both picked up a fair bit, so, you know, we could have been picking up 35, 40 iRating there really for that finish. So it's a little bit disappointing. So not a bad race overall that. We're on for a really good position. Raced smart, kept it clean, avoided awkward drivers, but unfortunately we couldn't avoid them forever and ended up in that incident. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.